Hey and welcome to this guide. Today let's talk about fragments and upgrades. You can now upgrade your tools, weapons, gear and even your vehicles if you wish. And I'm gonna explain you how to do this and where to find these upgrades right now, okay? And first of all, there are two different ways of getting upgrades for your things. And one of the ways is to head over to these looting areas here, the points of interest, like this one you see here, because they will eventually spawn loot crates. And you got this through the map, okay? You got one here, another there. So it's really important for you if you want to upgrade your things to visit these places once in a while for having some luck in finding loot crates. There's a loot crate here, for example. Not sure what this will give me. It's a torch, so this will drop random things all the time, okay? And why do I want you to come here? To find Fragment Dust. Fragment Dust is this item in here that you will be needing in order to craft a few things that we are going to see here in the workbench. I already got these things in my hotbar crafted. So you need to use a common workbench, not a titanium one for this. Here in the common workbench, down here you got three kinds of fragment cases, okay? So these will provide you random upgrades, okay, for your things. And of course the fragment case 3 is the best because it will provide you better upgrades, of course. Fragment case, let's open one, and this gives me gear minor toxin protection. This fragment case 1 will give me sometimes a minor protection or minor things, okay, minor upgrades, okay, like this gun minor reload speed, okay. This one should give me the major ones. So I got already one here, gun major recoil reduction. And this will give me mega fragments. So there are three types of upgrades: the minor, major and mega, okay? The upgrades levels, in a way of saying, okay, that these fragment cases will give me. So it's completely random. If you want a specific fragment, you really need to keep doing this to keep getting more fragment dust. Or even you can get these upgrades, these fragments, through other ways instead of crafting these cases with the dust. You can actually find the upgrades here in the same looting towns, okay? In any place there are loot crates spawning in, okay? Many places around the map. And also you can get these from specific animals, rare species, alright? So let's say there are common tokers around or common boars, but then you have a variant of these animals. The common boars are the colored ones, the dark colored ones, but then you will eventually find, for example, more light colored boars, or for example tokers that are white, albino tokers, and that's the ones that you should be killing. They are way more tough than normal tokers. They have much more health than these common tokers. These tokers are really easy to be killed, okay, with a few shots if I hit them, of course. The white tokers, they really are tough, but they have a chance of dropping these things. That's what I wanted to tell you. So you really must try to killing these creatures, even if you take a while or die a few times, because it is worth. They will be dropping eventually these things as well. So what kinds of upgrades can you find to improve your things? Well, you got the gear upgrades. I spawned some of them, so they are in different colors because they are different kinds for specific things. You got the speed, health regeneration, cold, heat, toxin and radiation protection upgrades on what's about gear. About the tools and melee weapons, specifically the spear, And the pickaxe and axe, you got attack speed, mining and chopping power upgrades. For the ranged weapons, that includes the bow and firearms, you got draw and redraw speed, sway and recoil reduction, as well with reload speed and hip fire accuracy upgrades. And for the vehicles, you got the engine upgrades that will eventually make your vehicle more efficient, faster and probably more powerful. Not sure if faster, but at least it will help you, for example, to save up more fuel while driving it or something like that. And there are also at least 2 different kinds of upgrades that are more about customization. You can customize both your gear and your tools, alright? And how can you do that? With the item colorer. You can change the color of your things, right? These are also considered fragments or upgrades, okay? Item colorer and item namer. The item namer itself, you can just drag it over here like you'll do with these things. So let's say I want less recoil on this weapon. I drag this here, but before anything, you see, I already upgraded these ones. This has up to 15. You can upgrade your weapon. In this case, for example, you can only add 1 upgrade points to these boots, so choose wisely before you drag an upgrade here, right? And here you can upgrade this 6 times with different kinds of upgrades, of course, and it really depends of the item you want to upgrade. In this case, upgrade points like 15 slots, upgrade slots is a lot, which is pretty cool. So let's try to rename this weapon to something else. Oh, I cannot actually rename this. Oh, because I already did. Actually, this is an AR-15 and I changed this name. I forgot. I did this before to Super Gun. For example, let's try to change the name of these pants to Silly Pants. Okay, accept. And there you go. You rename your pants to Silly Pants. Right. And the item colorer itself, it just, as the name says, I can change the colors of my gloves, of the weapons and so on, okay? These special masks, you cannot change the color. And the gloves here, you can just hold your mouse button and see how it goes. In this case, you can only change 1 color, sometimes 3 colors, depending of the clothing piece. You can just come here, the alpha and saturation. Okay, apply. And once applied, you need to use then another item colorer in order to change the color of them again. As you can see, they are not black anymore. They are on this color now. And it's pretty cool. You can change these things in the game. I like to customize my things. And these are the vehicle upgrades, the melee upgrades, gun upgrades, and gear ones, alright? So I've upgraded these things to upgrade points, so I have some extra health regeneration. And if you go here to the stats of your character, you will see I have plenty of things because I'm wearing the special admin backpack, okay? That includes a lot of things, so these stats are kind of crazy right now. But if you come here, this backpack doesn't give me any health regeneration buffs. So what gives me this health regeneration thing here, okay, what has increased it is really the upgrades, the health regeneration upgrades. So I got one here that is the mega health regeneration. If I drag it here to this light combat vest, what's gonna happen is that it will increase my stats here. So I had 22, I think. Now I got 0.47, alright? So this means that my health will regenerate faster. If you, for example, you got upgraded this, and you remove this, the stats of course will get back to 22, 0.22. If you add this upgraded gear to the visual overrides, let me tell you that this is only for aesthetics. If you want to hide the clothes you got in here, you come here and add more pieces of clothing here in order to override these ones. If you add this to the visual overrides, the upgrade things, how you upgraded your things here won't matter for the stats. It means that if this light vest is here, it won't have any influence on the stats of my character, it stays the same. If you switch this to the main character slots, you come here and it does have some effect. I want to mention that once the upgrades are added to the weapons and gear and such, you cannot drag them back to your inventory, okay? They are gone forever, they are fully implemented into your item, so you cannot just drag them out, okay? Thanks a lot for watching. I hope now you've learned a little more about these fragments and upgrades. Don't ever throw these things away, okay? These are really useful. Bye bye.